Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, let me take you first with my picture here, a piece of cake. Okay, well, everyone, I'm sure that everyone noticed about this kind of verse that is a piece of cake. Yeah, this is kind of idiomatic expression, which is very common in Kamu Inggris. Yes. So, what are we going to talk today? That is an analysis of idiomatic expression, translation in podcast Speak English Like an American. With me, Siti Mutaro. Here we go. Okay, I have a chapter 1 here. The first is context. Okay, the strong why I take this book as my research. The verse is the book itself comes with lively dialogues, and then the book consists of a lot of idiomatic expression with particular situation, so that we can apply those idiomatic expression into our daily conversation in order to make our speaking better and like native American. Okay. The third is every idiom has its own meaning and cannot be translated literally. That's what makes idiomatic expression is very special because it is cannot be translated literally. There should be particular intention to get the right meaning. We often find the idiomatic expression in novel or podcast and watch a movie, something like that, and we cannot get the point because we don't have idea or we don't have the way to get the meaning, the right meaning. So here we need to find the strategy, right? Okay, so I will bring you into my second point is research question. So the first is what type of idiomatic expression found in podcast Speak English Like America? And the second one is what are the types of strategies? And the last is how does the strategy deal with the meaning equivalence in translating idiomatic expression? Okay, the next is chapter 2, related literature. So because of my research talking about translation and idiomatic expression, so it must be translation concept and idiomatic expression concept must be in my related literature. The first about translation concept is notion of translation, types of translating according to Newmark theory, equivalence in meaning according to Bell's theory, and the last is translation strategies according to Mona Baker. And the second one is about idiomatic expression. The first is notion of idiomatic expression. Second one is translating idiomatic expression using Baker's strategy. And the last is difficulties in translating idiomatic expression. Okay, the next chapter, there is research design. So the researcher, me myself, utilized the descriptive method using qualitative approach to answer the question of the Shuran Izu. Okay, so the second one is data collection technique. So before I analyze the data, I need to gather the data so that I can analyze it further. The first step is reading, and the second one is listening about the podcast, and the third, after reading and listening about the podcast, I use marker to highlight the vocabulary found in the podcast and in the book. And the fourth is classified systematically by using Hawkes theory. And the last is had discussion of translation strategy using Mona Baker's theory. And the third research instrument. There are two main points of the instrument that I use. The first is clip of audiobook, and the second one is data sheets to make the founding to be more easy classified. And the fourth is data analysis. I use a three analysis strategy by Creswell 2007. The first is preparing the data. It includes the process of reading and then listening the podcast, something like that. And the second was in organizing the data. Organizing the data uh, consists of the process of uh, highlighting the founding of the uh, idiomatic expression. And then I categorize the idiomatic expression into several kinds. And the last is representing the data. After the idiomatic expression uh, has been lightened and it has been what's that apa ya sudah disortir gitu ya. Maka terakhir adalah representing the data. So I use table and the discussion below to represent the data. Okay, the last one is about preference. So here I use the main book of this course. The first is the title is a course book on translation by Mona Baker, and the second one is qualitative data analysis by Garbage. And also, I want to add the additional explanation about strategy and kinds of translation. There are 8 strategy in doing translating by what's that? Mona Baker, and kinds of translation. It is stated by Newmark. Okay, so kinds of translation. The first word by word translation, phrase translation, literal translation, dynamic, and then linguistic, communicative, and the last is semantic. Okay, so guys, that's all about my presentation, my 7 minutes presentation. I hope it will be useful. Thank you so much.